Hey guys, it's JFCMexotics here. In today's video, we're doing a June 2016 Reptile collection tour video. So as you can see, we're here outside the Reptile room once again, and I did get this little thing made. I don't know if I've shown it yet. I got it as a birthday present of someone who, for my door, so that's pretty cool. So we'll get straight into it now. Okay, so we'll start off on the right over here. This is just a little desk that I actually used to have in my room. All this is just somewhere where I prepare crickets, defrost rats, and just, you know, do my basic stuff. But the first animal that we have here is Rug. He is my zebra jungle carpet python. This is him just sitting up on one of his branches here underneath his ceramic. Now this is his enclosure. It is a JFCMexotics medium reptile home. I got it from Live the Real World a few months ago, and he seems to be loving the extra space. It is 34 inches long and 36 inches high, and I think 20 inches deep. So that's everything in there. So obviously this is him, I just showed you. And then up above him we have all my live foods. These are locusts, these are crickets, those are giant mealworms, and those are some calci worms that have turned into dragonflies. No, go on, soldier flies even. You can see them in there. But they're absolutely terrible. These are some mealworms that I forgot about for about 3 weeks, and now have all turned into beetles. I have no idea what I'm doing with those. I'm probably just going to throw them away. And then those were some waxworms. Up on top of Rug, we do have Quincy, the Brazilian rainbow boa. This is his enclosure. This is a 35-litre rub. Usually he burrows under the substrate. Now Quincy doesn't have a heat pad or anything like that. He uses the heat coming from the vivarium to heat his hotspot, and that keeps it at about 86. I think he's burrowed. If he is, we'll just have to find him. Okay, yeah, so he's burrowed, so I'll cut back when I found him. Okay, so it turns out his head was on show all the time. And now I'm just going to get my snake up, because Quincy does tend to be a bit cage defensive, and now I'm not really scared of getting bitten, but it can do damage to their teeth, so that's why I hook them out. But here he is just under here. There he is. You can see him. Ugh, there he is, just emerging. Oh god, sorry. Ugh. There you go, I've got the main bulk of him now. So I'll hook him out and I'll bring you over here and you can get a look at him. Okay, so here he is. This is Quincy, my male Brazilian rainbow boa. He's been in that enclosure for a little while now. I'll just try and get my hook out. Come on, give me my hook back. Okay, so I've got my hook back now. And yeah, so this is him. He's very cool. Not much going on with him recently, but I just think he's an absolutely gorgeous snake. And yeah, we'll move on to the next one now. Next up, we do have the two middle vivs here. Now, this top viv is Car's enclosure. I recently added these LEDs, and he is just back here. If I can find his head. Where is he? Oh, he's over there. Hello, this is Car. This is a 3-foot enclosure that has got 2 Exoterra large hides, and it is co-heated. Half of it is from that bulb and half of it is from that ceramic. The hotspot always sits at about 88, so a tad bit warm, but it's nothing that's going to harm him. There he is, there's his little face. He's pretty cool. So that's him. And then below him we do have Citrus, who is on the excavator clay setup. I'll just put his wedge back in. So this is her. She has had this excavator setup clay now for about a month. I've had to redo it a few times because it tends to crack up a bit. And I've added another one of these, I think they're called Jagiellonia plants. And all the small ones that I put in died because they got trampled by her, which, to be honest, I never really looked at the size when I ordered them. so I didn't really expect it, but they did die after they got trampled, but these ones seem to be doing alright. And she did actually escape about 2 days ago. This is before I had the lock on, and this is all just because I never thought she could open the glass, but evidently she could. In here, it's heated by a ceramic, and I do just have this jelly pot, because the way I feed her is I literally just throw crickets in and she can hunt them naturally. And this jelly pot is for something for the crickets to eat, so they don't bite her. So hopefully I can find her. I might have to spin this a bit. Yeah, there is no way that you're going to see her. Unfortunately, you can't see her. I'll try to throw in a recent clip of her that I got here, so you can have a look. Next up is probably the main attraction, Charlie. He's doing really well. Here he is. He's quite dull at the moment, but he's just sitting under his basket and UVB bulb, and there's his stripper. And so this is him. Oh, he's stumbling. He's been doing really well. He did go off his food for a little bit. He tends to go off his food for a few days for some reason, but at the moment he's got locusts in there, which you can see. Yeah, and he's got some giant mealworms. But as you can see, he's come to say hello. So if we open up the door. Hello, Charlie. Hello, buddy. Oh, he's being defensive. He doesn't like the camera. Alright, I'll take it away, calm down. But yeah, that's him. He's beautiful colours. Yes, we know you hate the camera. But yeah, beautiful. So this is all his closures. He has 2 live plants in here. This is a camellia and that is a yucca. However, I am looking at getting him an umbrella plant pretty soon. So yeah, that should be quite cool. Moving on to another little workspace where I have 2 exotic plants. This is my Venus flytrap, Dave, and this is an unknown species of cactus that I just own. And this here is the terrarium that Quincy used to be in, that will be the cage for my... Bloody hell, what are you doing? There will be the enclosure for my Pac-Man frog when I get him. I hope to get one at Doncaster, and he will be in there. So that's what's going to be in there. And then up here we do have Peaches, my hognose. Okay, so this is Peaches, my hognose's enclosure. She has actually pushed the hide away from the corner, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, and there she is. Sometimes she tends to get a bit feisty, which she's doing now. As I just knock everything off. But yeah, this is Peaches. She tends, like I said, she tends to get a bit feisty at me. But overall, she's pretty cool. It's only when she's in she's caged that she's like this. As soon as she gets her, she calms right down. Whew. She's kind of hooding up a bit. But I really like it. I think she's really pretty. And then just like Quincy, her cage is heated from Coco's bulb over here. So that's nice and warm for her. I tend to do that because there's no need to really add pay for a heat pad and a thermostat when you don't need to at all. But yeah, that's just her enclosure. She's on a lignocell bedding, which she can burrow in. So that's her. She's growing fine. Eating about once every 2 or 3 weeks, which isn't the best, but she tends to be quite the picky feeder. So it's better to eat than not at all. Okay, so up next is Coco, who recently shed. There she is. She's currently on a bit of a mini fast. She's been off feed for about 6 weeks now, but I'm confident that I can get her feeding again. She's very pretty. I love her colours. And she's on lignocell. This is her water bowl, hide, infrared bulb for heating, and it's just a pretty standard setup. By the end of the year, I hope to get all my royals into 45-inch bibs instead of these 34-inch ones. Next up is Aya, who's in very much a similar enclosure. She is just a bit smaller, so she has slightly smaller hides, but that's about it. Here she is. She weighs in about 1400 grams. She eats every week. She's an absolute animal at feeding. Yeah, I do absolutely love her. I think she's really cool, and we won't bother her too much because she only ate a few days ago. But yeah, that's her. So next up is Lee, who possibly could be leaving me very soon. Today I have been talking to Tyler from Tyler's Reptiles, and she may be having this guy on from me. There he is. Okay, so if you don't know the story with this guy, he last fed the 7th of December. I'll put him on here. He last fed the 7th of December 2014, so it's been 18 months pretty much since he last fed. And he actually doesn't look that bad because of this. He's got a little bit of triangulation, but nothing too bad. You'd be expecting an animal that hadn't eaten for such a long time to look quite a lot worse. And when he last fed, he weighed around the 1100 gram mark, and he now weighs around the 800 gram mark, so it's actually not too bad. He's actually pretty healthy because of this, but to be honest, there's nothing I can do now to try and get him to feed. Every option I could have done to get this guy to feed, I have tried. The only thing I haven't tried, which Tyler says she may have a bit more luck with, is live feeding. Not necessarily because I didn't want to feed it, but just because I didn't really have anywhere to get them from. I mean, I went to a few places to see if I could get one, and to be honest, I couldn't get one from anywhere. So that's why. But like I said, he's actually pretty healthy, and he's pretty. He's very, very pretty actually. He's a lovely snake. I absolutely adore him. But unfortunately, he will be moving on. It's not 100% set in stone, but he could possibly be going to another home. In his cage, all he has is a hide, a water dish, a branch there, and some fake leaves. And then he just has his Reptile Basics hide in here. So that's all that's with him. Next we'll move on to Misa, my milk snake. Next up is Misa, my milk snake, like I just said. And this is genuinely one of my favourite animals in my collection. And ironically one of the cheapest. Because I always think that price doesn't really matter on your reptiles. But I got her from a June Doncaster show a few years ago. But she's genuinely so colourful, it is beyond belief. I mean, just look at these colours. She feeds brilliantly every week. If I just, can I get to focus on her head? And there you go. She's actually so pretty, so beautiful. There is nothing I would change about her. She is an albino Nelson's, I believe. However, some people have said she could be Honduran. So if you have any information that could help me, put it in the comments. To be honest, it doesn't really matter because I'm not breeding her, so her genetics don't really matter. I just picked her because she's a pretty animal, but she's so vibrant. The couple of days after shed is absolutely ridiculous with her, but this is her. In the cage, she just has a gecko cave because it's a pretty decent hide for her. If I just put her back, oh, she's going on a mission. But I'll just put her back in her cage. Her water dish is currently empty, but I'll fill that up in a second. And but yeah, she's a great feeder. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I know I've just been on a break of about a week and a half, but I will be back to making videos now. All it was it was just getting, all of it was just getting a bit too much for me, and I couldn't really have time. I didn't really have time to make these videos, but now I do. Now everything's fine, so I'll be back to making them. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you have enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe. And it's been JFCMexotics.